In this video, I'm going to show you how to download the files for the ZenGarden project. If you just click, it'll download and it'll go into your downloads folder, which you can show in the Finder. If you're on a PC, this will be slightly different. You're going to want to find the file that it just created called ZenGarden zip, and on a Mac you can double click and open it. On a PC you'll right click down and decompress it. That'll be a choice that you have when you right click on it. If you double click it, you'll create a ZenGarden folder, and we're just going to drag that out to the desktop so that we can work. And we're going to verify that the files in there are called index HTML and style CSS. We're going to go ahead and double click and open index in the window, and that's going to be opening right in your browser. And we're going to right click on style CSS and tell it to open with brackets. I'd like to move my brackets window over so that I can see the browser window at the same time as I am editing. And I may just make these a little bit bigger and smaller. So now I'll see that I have a file over here open called style CSS, and that's the ZenGarden file. And I can change the font here. I can change the color of the font, and I can change the background URL from blossoms, which it's good because in brackets I can mouse over and see where that is. It looks like that background picture is attached with no repeat at the bottom right of the page. So I will go over here in the view window in the browser, and I see that as what they're referring to as the background picture. So if I want to change the background of my picture of my page, I can change it there. And you can kind of handily see what they've done with paragraphs and headers and all kinds of different images. So there's a page wrapper image down here, which is the lily pads over here. So if you want to change that, for our purposes, you're going to use an actual URL to another picture. So if you wanted to change that, for instance, let's go to a new tab in our browser and do an image search. Click on images, and I want to search for a background of raindrops. Okay, so here's a nice large picture of raindrops, and if I go here I can go view image, and that's going to give me the image URL. So if I copy this URL, I can come over to brackets, go back to ZenGarden, and change this URL from what is currently lily pads. If I paste the URL in there and hit enter and save, that should update to that picture. So what I want to do in brackets is I'll go File, Save All, and then I'll come over here and I'll hit refresh. I can see now that raindrops have replaced that picture. And so you can kind of go on and change a lot of things about this ZenGarden site by coming over here and changing the colors and changing the positioning and the font. So what you should do is try to edit this file and change it such that the images are gone and maybe the font is also changed. You want to try, instead of Georgia, we can try Times. And hit save and refresh. And we can see that it updated to Times. And it says 75%. If I want to change that to 120%, Save and update. You get the idea. You'll be able to change a lot in this ZenGarden file just by changing what you see over here in the CSS.